Enjoy your graduation ceremony. Have fun. To the graduates, you have worked very hard. Choir, over to you.
Cautiamus incitur, Juvenes By virtue of the authority vested in me, I constitute this gathering to a lawful congregation of the University of Limpopo.
Good morning. Good morning, Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, the University of Limpopo, the leadership, and the convocation. The appointed scripture reading this morning is from Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send? And who will go for us?" And I said, "Here I am, send me." If we look at the beginning of the text, Isaiah saw a vision, the Lord sitting on his holy throne in the temple of Jerusalem. And the seraphim praised God, saying, "Holy, holy," just to show the highness and the greatness and the majestic nature of the Lord. Then Isaiah, within the vision, he acknowledged and even confessed that he is unclean and asked for forgiveness. One of the angels touched him and then cleansed him. Then he became suitable for the calling and the commissioning. That is what God does with us today as the university and as the graduates, the M's and the D's today. Can we experience God's glory as graduates, or this day is just like another day? Possibly not. We are changed. We are also aware that we are fallible or sinful. We ask for forgiveness. Then God says, whom shall I send? Who shall go for us? And we are going to volunteer like Isaiah did. We are going to say, here we are, send us. Let's go out and become part of our grieving communities. Communities that need our help, our intervention to combat social ills like crime, gender-based violence, drug abuse. The list is endless. Let us be functional, M's and D's. May the God of glory, the God of hope, fill you with all joy as you accept his call, as you have peace and trust in him. Amen. Let us pray. Modimo yo matla ka boka, tatwa le godimo, o re file le humo la thuto, o re file le baetapele, o re file le dialoga. Re a dumela gore o re rome, re o direle ka bokgwari, re meme bona bja gago, re a bo mema modimo, re a bo kwa, o gona Yehova. Ka lentšu la hao le le maatla gona, re ete pele, re o šale morao, dilong ka moka, tate ka morao wa hao, e kwa thapelo ya rena. Amen.
Madam Chancellor, if it meets with your approval, I will request that we allow the congregation to settle, and then I will then continue with my speech. Madam Chancellor, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, council members present here today under the leadership of Mr. Pandelani Nofolovodwe, representatives of Convocation Alumni Association, President Salamulela and Mr. Mabila, Deputy Vice Chancellor Prof. Madache, our Registrar Professor Masha, Executive Deans of our 4 faculties, Dean of Students, Directors of School, Heads of Departments, Academic Support, and Administrative colleagues present here today. Our new graduates, families, and guardians of our graduates, Reverend Caroline Chaba Mamabulo, members of the SRC, present here today represented by Mr. Komani, traditional leaders, and their representative, including Khoshigadi Shapo Rapatlelo, representatives of St. Agnes ZCC, the St. Agnes ZCC choir itself, friends, donors, and partners of the university, by Mediba St. Agnes ZCC, as I've indicated, ladies and gentlemen, and our distinguished guests. Tobel, Abushen, Dimachiron, Hoyomore, Sanibonani, Molweni. It is my great pleasure, Madam Chancellor, to welcome all of you to this graduation ceremony at which we acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of the new graduates of the University of Limpopo. This is our 9th autumn graduation session out of a total of 15 that we would have held by Wednesday next week. As a university, we are immensely proud to host you, all of you, today. And Madam Chancellor, allow me to congratulate all our new graduates on their tremendous achievements. To be awarded a qualification in the form of a degree or a diploma or even a certificate from the University of Limpopo is a sign of your unwavering dedication and focused endeavor. Madam Chancellor, at the end of this 2026 autumn graduation ceremony, next week, Wednesday, the university would have conferred and awarded a total of 4,694 qualifications, comprising of 3,074 undergraduate degrees, 187 postgraduate certificates, 110 postgraduate diplomas, 1,037 honors degrees, importantly, 2,508 master's degrees, and 29 doctoral degrees. At this session, Madam Chancellor, we will be conferring 258 master's degrees and 29 doctoral degrees. We thank our academics, both on and off the stage, for their immense contribution to this achievement. We also thank very deeply our predecessor, or my predecessor, Professor Mkhalong, for his remarkable leadership, which has laid a strong foundation upon which all of us are able to develop and grow the University of Limpopo further. Madam Chancellor, what is becoming very clear to me is that the university is beginning to box above its weight in respect of postgraduate education and training. In order to sustain this momentum and performance, the university will have to invest very aggressively in the strengthening of research infrastructure and research capacity. As Barack Obama has once said, I quote, There are those who say we cannot afford to invest in science. That support for research is somehow a luxury at moments defined by necessities. Science is more essential for our prosperity, our security, our health, our environment, and our quality of life than it has ever been before. Through its research and postgraduate education, the university is contributing immensely to the advancement of human civilization, both here in South Africa, but also in the world. To our graduates today, we urge you to use the power of your qualifications, knowledge that you have acquired, the skills that you have acquired at this university, to change South Africa and the world for the better. We implore you to put your knowledge and expertise to serve our nation and our world. To you, Madam Chancellor, Council members, members of executive management, including the DVCs, the registrar, executive deans and dean of students and others, to our academics, both on and off the stage, we would like to warmly welcome you to this ceremony. We also welcome our members of Alumni Association, our representatives of the SRC, our honored guests, our parents, our sponsors, and our guardians, our representatives of traditional leaders, our distinguished guests, friends of the university. All of you are also warmly welcome to our 7th autumn graduation session of the university. We request you to please relax, enjoy the ride with us as we celebrate both in substance and University of Limpopo style the achievements of our graduates and academic staff. I thank you.
Madam Chancellor, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, members of the University Council, led by the Chairperson, Mr. Pandelani Nebolofodwe, Vice Chancellor and Principal, Dr. Jeffrey Mabelebele, DVC for Teaching and Learning, Professor Richard Madach, Deputy Vice Chancellor for Research, Innovation and Partnerships, Professor Tebogo Mutiwa, the Registrar, Professor Gwena Masha, Dean of Students, Mr. Melusi Ngumalo, Executive Deans of Faculties, Directors of Schools, Members of Senate, Members of the Institutional Forum, Members of the Alumni and Convocation Association, Members of the academic staff, distinguished guests, our parents. Lastly, the graduating class of 2026, Towel. My name is Commander Comfort, the SRC President in the University of Limpopo. Madam Chancellor, I would be very much unfair to society to proceed with my speech without acknowledging the presence of our former leaders in the SRC. Madam Chancellor, these are people who have put their lives on the line. These are people who have put so much sacrifice towards ensuring that the students' lives and well-being in this university is well maintained. I am talking here about one of our graduates, Amore, who is here, who served as the chairperson of sports, who laid a very strong foundation towards the university qualifying for the Varsity Cup. She's not alone, she's with Mothalasa Prize. They are also here to graduate for their master's degrees. Madam Chancellor, I think it is worth acknowledging that these proceedings are taking place in a state-of-the-art venue that has been completely changed. Biro Hall is now more beautiful than ever. That point should be underscored. We thank you for the effort made in giving us a venue that matches the global standards of hosting graduations. Madam Chancellor, today the university confers postgraduate degrees to an elite group of students. Our master's and PhD candidates await a decisive moment that is destined to shape the future of this country. It is a great honor to stand here as the SRC president and address our elite academians who have dedicated years into their research projects. I stand here not only to congratulate this class on behalf of the SRC, but to remind them of the journey ahead. Graduates, every project sought to find solutions to a problem statement identified by your honorable selves. It is thus upon you to sell your thesis and dissertation to Africa as a continent that seeks the solutions you have found. Do not wait to be cited by a student and hope that a public official or professional will need your document and implement the recommendations made. It is upon you to make your research findings popular to a point where it is difficult to ignore. It goes without mentioning that we are more than proud of your tremendous achievement. However, we are eagerly awaiting your decisive role in ensuring that your research papers provide us with the solutions that we seek to curb the triple challenges of poverty, inequality, and youth unemployment in particular. Class of 2026, when the history of this country's next chapter is written, let it be said that the solutions came from the pens and the minds that were kept today at the University of Limpopo. Madam Chancellor, let me also take this opportunity to thank the supervisors, the research officers, and the senior academics who have contributed to this ultimate moment. Oftentimes, we congratulate only those that we are keeping and forgetting the support systems around them. To the mothers who prayed, the fathers who worked extra shifts, and the partners who held everything together while you disappeared into your research, today, this is your victory too. The University of Limpopo SRC is proud to be associated with you, not only because you are victors today, but also because you have emerged victorious in the face of adversity. Many of us here still owe the institution. That on its own is a testament to the challenges that you have met throughout your academic journey. Yet, for some reason, you are here today. You have displayed maximum strength, courage, and determination. The SRC has no doubt that the next tech innovator will come from the University of Limpopo. The SRC has no doubt that the next big media personality will come from the University of Limpopo. The SRC has no doubt that the next big CEO will come from the University of Limpopo. The SRC has no doubt that the next Auditor General will come from the University of Limpopo. The SRC has no doubt that the next Chief Justice will come from this university. But above all, and most importantly, we are proud of you, not just because you made it, but because you refused to quit when the road got tough. You carried your dreams, your family's hopes, and the weight of this institution on your shoulders, and you still crossed the finish line. Class of 2026, the University of Limpopo did not just graduate scholars today, it released world changers. Go out there and change the world. We are watching, we are cheering, and we are very proud. Let's go. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, the esteemed Chancellor of the University of Limpopo, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, the Chairperson of the University Council, Mr. Pandelani Nefolowodwe, Vice Chancellor and Principal, Dr. Jeffrey Mabelebele, Deputy Vice Chancellor responsible for teaching and learning, Professor Madache, Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor responsible for research and innovation and partnership, Professor Mutiba, SRC President, President Komani, Comfort, University Registrar, Professor Kwena Masha, Acting Dean of Students, Mr. Melusi Nxumalo, Dean of Faculties, Directors of Schools, Heads of Departments, Senior Professors, Professors, Associate Professors, Senior Lecturers, Lecturers, Junior Lecturers, Tutors, and most significantly, our guests of honor, the graduate, and their proud parents, spouses, family, and sponsors. I must also acknowledge leaders that I've seen amongst us, noticeably former student leader, Mr. Mulamudi, who's amongst us, to accompany his brother, Griffs, who's also graduating today. It is with immense pride, humility, and a deep sense of historical consciousness that I stand before you to deliver this congratulatory message on behalf of the University of Limpopo Alumni and Convocation Association. Madam Chancellor, this occasion is not merely ceremonial. It marks a profound intellectual milestone in the lives of the graduates. Today, their individual achievements merge with a larger continental narrative, the ongoing project of Africa's intellectual awakening and development. They are not simply recipients today of degrees, but they are producers of knowledge, custodians of truths, and architects of Africa's future. And indeed, they are today the torchbearers of their alma mater's vision of being a catalyst for finding solutions to the challenges that faces Africa and her children. Vice Chancellor and Principal, precisely because of the graduates who are graduating here today are doctors and masters, perhaps it's important as we celebrate this moment to ground it within the intellectual tradition that has shaped our continent, in our pursuit as a university, we seek to find solutions that faces it and her children. The great Pan-African thinkers understood education not as a private pursuit, but as a collective instrument for liberation and development. A Pan-Africanist scholar of note, Robert Sobukwe, reminded us that education unlocks the full potential of an African mind, and calling for an Africa that generates its own knowledge and defines its own realities. One African son of a soil, Steve Biko, who is a contemporary, Madam Chancellor, of yours and of our chairperson of council, Ntatenda Volovoto, here, in his profound reflections, warned that the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. Today, our graduates, your academic journey therefore represents a decisive break from intellectual subjugation and a reclaiming of an agency. Solplaki demonstrated through his work that scholarship must speak to the lived realities of our people, rooted in language, rooted in culture, and rooted in communities. Across the continent, Kwame Nkrumah urged us to look ahead, stating that Africa's progress depends on its ability to chart its own path. And in the same spirit, Walter Rodney emphasized that true development requires critical consciousness and awareness of history, power, and system of inequality. Today, your postgraduate education graduates equips you with precisely this consciousness to enable you to interrogate, to challenge, and to transform the world around us. Many moons ago, these great scholars and these great leaders that I'm quoting have made this assumption about Africa, and they made their own fair contribution to Africa's development and to its liberation. Perhaps as graduates, as alumni, the question we must ask you, how and for how long will you be remembered in the context of us today, many moons still remembering these great scholars? And I think it's a task that you must take home to say, how must we remember you? How must we remember your contribution? Vice Chancellor, today as holders of advanced degrees, these graduates enter a space of privilege and responsibility. As master's degree signifies depth of knowledge, while a doctorate signifies authority in your field. However, this authority must be exercised with integrity, with humility, and with deep commitment to society and to the cause of our people. You are now part of a knowledge community on which our society, our country, our continent, and indeed our world depends for insight, direction, and solution. Madam Chancellor, no institution achieves excellence in isolation. It is built through visionary leadership and collective effort. And in this regard, I want to join the Vice Chancellor for acknowledging the important role played by the former Vice Chancellor, Professor Mokhalong, whose leadership contributed significantly, as the Vice Chancellor has said, to the development and strengthening of this institution. And his work laid a foundation on which the university continued to grow. And on the same note, Madam Chancellor, we want to reaffirm the posture of the university alumni and convocation in supporting Dr. Jeffrey Mabelebele, our Vice Chancellor, as he steers the institution forward. Leadership is a shared responsibility, and as graduates and alumni, you are part of the collective that supports and advances this institution's mission. We must all say, and we all say, Dr. Mabelebele, in you we believe, you are us and we are you, and in you we see ourselves, and we say take the torch and find solution to the challenges that face Africa and her children, and continue to raise the flag high of this institution. Graduate compatriots, as you leave this institution, you do not abandon your connection to it. Instead, you extend into the world wherever your journey takes you, whether in academia, whether in government, in industry, or in civil society. You carry with you the name, values, reputation of University of Limpopo. You are ambassadors. Your work, your conduct, your achievements will reflect its quality and character. Therefore, as President Komane said, wherever you are, strive for excellence in all you do, uphold integrity in your professional engagements, and let your success create opportunities for others, fly our flag high and even higher. In addition, I encourage you to remain actively connected to university through alumni and convocation structures. By joining various chapters in provinces and in sectors, you become part of a dynamic network that fosters collaboration, mentorship, and institutional support. These platforms are essential not only for your personal and professional growth, but also for ensuring that the university continues to thrive and remain relevant. Through your participation, you contribute to shaping the future of this institution and strengthening its impact in the family of academics. Ultimately, the purpose of your education extends beyond personal achievement. It is a fundamental about service to the community and advancement of Africa. Also, Buku again teaches us that education is the identification of ourselves with our masses and amongst our masses. Fellow alumni, Africa faces complex challenges, but it also has immense potential. As master's and PhD graduates, you are equally positioned to contribute to its transformation. Conduct research that addresses real-world problems, develop innovation that improve life, influence policy that promote justice and equity, and build institutions that are inclusive and resilient. As Kwame Nkrumah envisioned, the development of Africa will be driven by its own people equipped with knowledge, confidence, and sense of purpose. Esteemed Vice Chancellor, perhaps before I close, I must take this moment and abuse the platform to salute my dear brother, Samson Slamlela, who is amongst the graduates. Are you here? If I can see. If you can stand and we see you. Samson Slamlela is the city member of the Mayoral Committee for Capricorn Municipality, responsible for corporate affairs. And I must say, my dear brother, your graduation year, together with your colleagues who are graduating here, is a reminder that there can never be excuse for not pursuing education, to the extent that at that particular age, with the responsibility you carry of leading our people, you continue to study. We are really grateful, and that is exemplary. Thanks very much. In conclusion, graduate, this is not a merely personal triumph, it is a historic calling. Today, you do not just leave the University of Limpopo with degrees, you live as intellectual soldiers in the unfinished struggle for the total liberation and restoration of dignity of Africa. Your education is not an ornament. It is a weapon, it is a tool for dismantling systems that continue to marginalize our people and for building new systems that affirm Africa, humanity, knowledge, and progress. The time has come for a new generation of Africans who refuse to be spectators in their own history, and you truly are that particular generation. Let the vision of Nkrumah inspire you to think beyond borders and commit yourself to the total development and unity of the African continent. And let the fearless critique of Walter Rodney compel you to confront injustice, expose exploitation, and work tirelessly to reverse the underdevelopment of our mother Africa. Graduates, Africa is not poor, it is plundered. Africa is not behind, it is held back. And it is your responsibility as the intellectual vanguard to change this reality. You must not be mere participants in the system that do not serve our people. You must become creators of knowledge, builders of institutions, and champions of justice. Wherever you go, carry in your heart, carry in your mind Africa, carry in your mind this institution, carry in your mind this alma mater. Continue to represent us, carry our flag, let University of Limpopo shine and shine through you. Thanks very much.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degrees, the doctoral degrees of the university on those graduates whose names appear in the program.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the doctoral degrees.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Musi Salfi Mamuropo fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing. The title of the thesis is Coping Strategies for Hypertensive Patients to Adapt to the Impact of Climate Change at Selected Districts in Limpopo Province, South Africa. Supervisor, Professor T.M. Mutiba, Co-Supervisor, Professor M.A. Bupape. The head of the department will read the citation. Congratulations.
And the citation reads as follows. Salfi Mamuropo Musi advanced the understanding of the intersection between climate change and chronic disease management. Using a mixed method approach incorporating qualitative interviews and a quantitative survey and guided by Roy's adaptation model, she developed and validated context-specific coping strategies for hypertensive patients. The findings reveal limited awareness of climate-related health risk with convergent and divergent insights on coping practices, temperature effects, and medication use. The study contributes significantly to knowledge in health, adaptation, and patient-centered care, particularly in rural South African context. It further demonstrates the importance of integrating climate change adaptation into primary health care to strengthen patient resilience and reduce complication. Outputs include a peer-reviewed journal article, a forthcoming book chapter, and multiple conference presentations between 2023 and 2024. Congratulations, Ms. Musi.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Nkomo Tembi fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health. The title of the thesis is Development and Validation of a Strategy to Minimize Mental Illness Relapse Among Public School Teachers in Limpopo Province, South Africa. The supervisor, Dr. M.P. Kekana, co-supervisor, Professor M.H. Mpasha. The co-supervisor will read the citation.
Thank you very much, Madam Professor Dean Bopape. With protocol observed, I greet everyone present here. Let me do justice to what I'm here for. As indicated, I'm Africa Prof. Mpasha, reading this citation on behalf of the main supervisor, Dr. M.P. Kekana. The citation reads as follows: Tebingomo addresses the critical issue of mental health relapse and its impact on absenteeism, teaching performance, and overall well-being. Guided by Bronfen ecological theory and stress vulnerability model, a mixed method design was employed. She collected data through medical record reviews, teacher interviews, and analysis of school mental health policies. Her findings reveals key personal, workplace, and systematic factors triggering relapse. Based on this, she developed a multi-level intervention strategy that was validated by the experts. Her study makes meaningful contribution to occupational mental health and offers practical insight for policy and practice. She published 2 articles in internationally recognized journals, and also to indicate that 2 more are still under considerations. She received first prize at the 3 minutes thesis competition, Faculty of Health Sciences Postgraduate Forum at the University of Free State. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Letsokhotla Motlatso Elias fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health. The title of the thesis is Development of an Integrated Quality Management Model for Linkage to Healthcare Data for patients diagnosed with chronic diseases in Radikale Mamabolo Mutiba Population Health Research Center, Limpopo Province, South Africa. Supervisor, Professor Maimel, the head of the department, will read the citation.
Thank you, Executive Dean. I'm here to read the citation of Mr. Motlatso Elias Letsokhotla, who investigated the acceptability of linkage to healthcare data in rural South African contexts using cross-sequential design, which was quantitative in nature, combining the elements of both longitudinal and cross-sectional research. A noteworthy contribution to the field of public health was made by developing an integrated quality management model tailored to strengthen linkage to care intervention within the primary health care settings. The novelty of the proposed integrated quality management model lies in the use of the theory of constraints to improve healthcare intervention. Importantly, the proposed model addresses existing data quality gaps and offers practical implementation guidelines that incorporate ethical, legal, and social considerations, thereby supporting action research and continuous development. To date, 1 article has been published with PLUS Global Public Health.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Pilusa Thabo Difference fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health. The title of the thesis is developing strategies for prevention of behavioral risk factors for hypertension and diabetes in Bushbuck Ridge, eTlanzeni District, Mpumalanga Province, South Africa. Supervisor, Professor Maimel. The head of the department will read the citation.
Thank you, Executive Dean. Tabo Difference Pelosa adopted a mixed method approach, which was an explanatory sequential design to investigate the behavioral risk factors for hypertension and diabetic mellitus within eTlanzeni district. Prevalence of behavioral risk factors were very high, and factors contributing to hypertension and diabetic mellitus included mental health, stress, socioeconomic status, cultural practice, low monitoring, lack of health education, and structural challenges. Evidence-based strategies were developed and validated to enhance the prevention and control of behavioral risk factors contributing to hypertension and diabetic mellitus. The study contributed to the establishment of Wutomi Clinic and empowerment of healthcare professionals, including community health workers, in fighting hypertension and diabetic mellitus. To date, 3 articles have been already published with BMC, Public Health, Frontiers in Epidemiology, and International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ravuhali Khuliso Goodman fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Public Health. The title of the thesis is Development of a Preventative Care Program for Non-Communicable Diseases in the Dimamo Surveillance Site, Limpopo Province, South Africa. The supervisor, Professor Maimel, the head of the department, will read the citation.
Thank you, Executive Dean. Khuliso Goodman Ravuhali addresses the growing burden of non-communicable disease in rural South Africa with a specific focus on hypertension and diabetes. Using a sequential explanatory mixed method design, the study revealed socioeconomic inequalities in behavioral risk factors for non-communicable diseases and in the prevalence of diabetes and hypertension within the MAMO health and demographic surveillance system. The integration of quantitative and qualitative findings informed the development of evidence-based, context-specific preventive care model grounded in the practice provider patient P3 framework. The model was further strengthened through expert validation using Delphi technique, ensuring relevance to policy and primary health practice. This research makes a significant contribution to public health practice, policy development, and promotion of health equity in resource-constrained settings. One peer-reviewed scientific article has been published with Frontier in Public Health.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Maswanganye Chwene Lunia fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Criminology. The title of the thesis is The Transition of Female Victims to Perpetrators of Domestic Violence in South Africa towards a criminological model. The supervisor is Professor W. Maluleke. The co-supervisor is Dr. O.R. Chabalala. The supervisor will read the citation.
Kesile Prof. The study developed a criminological conceptual model for understanding transitions of female victims to perpetrators of domestic violence by using the feminist social learning, strain, and trauma theory. This module offers a comprehensive framework for understanding and addressing the dual role female victims may occupy in the cycle of domestic violence. This study contributed to criminological scholarship and policy development by offering evidence-based insights that can inform targeted prevention, intervention, and rehabilitation strategies tailored to the South African context. She published one research article, and the other two articles are under copy editing and production phases. This work is being presented at a national conference in Cape Town. Casey says this.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ngonyama Mielani Leonard fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Administration. The title of the thesis is Psychosocial Factors Contributing to Underperformance of Selected Secondary Schools in Vembe District in Limpopo Province, South Africa, towards a mitigating model. The supervisor is Professor N.S. Mudiba. The head of department will read the citation.
Ngonyama's thesis sought to explore the contribution of the psychosocial factors to the underperformance of selected secondary schools in Vembe District, Limpopo Province, South Africa. This is the qualitative case study where data was generated through interviews, document review, and observations. The findings reveal that underperformance of secondary schools were significantly influenced by identified psychosocial factors, which include social, psychosocial, economic, environmental, and personal aspects. The study recommends to the containment of psychosocial factors to enable secondary schools to restore their performance. The study has been presented in one local conference, and the two articles have been accepted for publishing in DHET accredited journals.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Kusainda, Dikiel Kachekenji, fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, International Politics. The title of the thesis is South African National Defense Force Advisory for the United Nations Security Council Resolutions, an exploratory Afrocentric perspective, 2007 to 2020. The supervisor is Professor K.B. Shai, and he will read the citation.
The citation reads as follows. South Africa's voting patterns on the United Nations Security Council resolutions have disappointed many observers. Yet, South African government officials in the United Nations Security Council's Military Staff Committee were responsible for the strategic direction to advise and assist their government on voting considerations. Besides disappointments in voting processes, the subject of this study is northern-angled. Therefore, Afrocentricity was used as a lens to explore South African National Defense Force Advisory for the United Nations Security Council. The study findings confirm that South Africa's vote in favor of the Resolution 1973 disappointed many people. South Africa also posed a threat to stability by refusing to support resolutions on behalf of victims of human rights violations. From this study, over 50 manuscript articles have been harvested, and thus far, one manuscript article has already been accepted for publication. Congratulations. Yeah.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Choun Maputi Elizabeth fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Communication Studies. The title of the thesis is Beyond Mass Media Health Campaigns Towards a Peer-to-Peer Communication Campaign for Cervical Cancer Awareness among rural women of Limpopo Province, South Africa. The supervisor is Professor T. Oyedemi. The director of school will read the citation.
Cervical cancer is the most common cancer affecting women between 15 and 44 years, and second most cancer affecting women in South Africa. Health communication about cervical cancer is critically important. The aim was to design a health communication campaign model for cervical cancer awareness for rural women in Limpopo province. Drawing on peer-to-peer communication strategy, a peer-centered communication framework was developed that served as a model for health awareness campaigns. 2 articles are under review in DHEAD accredited journals, and 2 papers have been presented at national and international conferences. Have findings make novel contributions to scholarship in health communication and provide policy and practical guidelines for campaigns about cervical cancer in rural communities of South Africa. Thank you.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ramohlale Matswiri Isaac fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Northern Sotho. The title of the thesis is Beyond Creative Imagination, Themes of Selfhood and Heritage in Northern Sotho Poetry. The supervisor is Dr. K.F. Mutiba. The course supervisors, it's Professor O.R. Chauke and Professor S.J. Chokwe. The supervisor will read the citation.
The citation reads as follows. This study explored the vital role of Northern Sotho poetry in articulating and preserving the cultural identity and heritage of the Northern Basotho people. Grounded in the post-colonial theory through desktop analysis, the study highlights how African literature serves as a rich archive of indigenous knowledge, selfhood, and lived experiences. Drawing from a range of poetic expressions, the study illustrates how poets have used their craft to entertain and to recite colonial and apartheid natives, celebrate values, and maintain culture. Poetry challenges dominant literary paradigms by asserting the centrality of African voices of traditions. This study harvested 6 articles. Congratulations, Matthew.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ngobeni Kubeka, Mkateko Melita fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Translation Studies. The title of the thesis is Translanguaging in the Classroom of Life Sciences Students at the University of Limpopo. The supervisor is Dr. M.P. Litsoalo. The course supervisor is Professor B.X.S. Ntompele. The supervisor will read the citation.
Thank you, Madam Dean. The citation reads, the study interrogated the limitations of English as a medium of instruction, such as monolingual practices imposed on multilingual students. A qualitative case study in life sciences classroom showed how translanguaging is mobilized to improve students' conceptual understanding and engagement. Translanguaging is used to explain complex scientific concepts and create a sense of inclusivity. It showed how language practice is not only influenced by educational need, but also by cultural values. The research argues that translanguaging is a natural and necessary practice. It also offers some suggestions in teaching and open new areas for research. One article was harvested and published in a Department of Higher Education and Training accredited journal, while 3 presentations were made in local and national conferences.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Masenya Malisela Jim fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Administration, Development Planning and Management. The title of the thesis is Gender Discrimination and its Impact on Women Empowerment in a Democratic Dispensation, a case of Mogalakwena Local Municipality, Limpopo Province, South Africa. Supervisor is Professor A.A. Asher, co-supervisor Professor N.J. Mukwele. Supervisor will read the citation.
In his thesis entitled Gender Discrimination and its Impact on Women Empowerment in South African Democratic Dispensation, a case of Mogalakwena Local Municipality, Limpopo Province. He investigated how societal perception, cultural norms, and structural barriers continue to shape women's lived experiences in rural communities. The research demonstrated that despite progressive constitutional and policy frameworks promoting gender equality, entrenched patriarchal, traditional, and cultural expectation continue to marginalize women by confining them to caregiving and domestic role. These norms reinforces through inheritance practices and gender stereotypes, limit women's access to education, economic activities, leadership position, and decision-making processes. The study further revealed how intersecting factors such as gender, class, race, and traditional sustain unequal power relation and restrict women's participation in socio-political and economic spheres. 4 peer-reviewed journals have been published from his work. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Malachi Sehopoche Ivonia fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Commerce, Accounting. The title of the thesis is A Framework for the Effect of Environmental Management Accounting Costing Techniques on Water, Energy, and Financial Liquidity in South African Manufacturing Companies. The Supervisor, Professor C.C. Nwakwe, will read the citation.
In her thesis, titled A Framework for the Effect of Environmental Management Accounting Costing Techniques on Water, Energy, and Financial Liquidity in South African Companies, she empirically analyzed the efficacy of corporate environmental accounting costing techniques on financial liquidity and reductions in water and energy consumption, applying the multivariate regression technique in the analysis of secondary and primary data from 12 manufacturing companies. She found that the implementation of life costing techniques enhances significant reductions in corporate water, energy consumption. She also found that corporate application of activity-based costing, material flow cost accounting, and life cycle costing improves short and long-term financial liquidity. She contributes significantly to sustainability accounting by developing a framework which will assist managers in achieving a balanced, sustainable objective of improved corporate financial liquidity and reductions in energy and water consumption. She has published an article in a D-Head accredited journal with an award accepted for publication. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Makola Sharon Dipulelo fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Commerce, Human Resource Management. The title of the thesis is The Relationship Between Job Turnout and Turnover Intentions and the Moderating Role of Perceived Organizational Support of Academic Staff Members at the University of Limpopo. The Supervisor, Professor B.K. Majola, will read the citation.
The citation reads thus. In her thesis, Ms. Makula investigates how an overwhelming work environment without organizational support culminates in job burnout and turnover intentions, negatively impacting productivity and service delivery. Building on this and using a quantitative approach, she modified a conceptual model to enrich theoretical comprehension of the correlation between job burnout and turnover intention, exploring the moderating role of perceived organizational support. Ms. Makula also makes a significant contribution by proposing an innovative HR strategies and a policy brief to assist institutions of higher learning, public and private sector organizations in reducing job burnout and turnover intentions through organizational support. The study findings contribute to the existing literature through the COR theory, organizational support theory, and Herzberg two-factor theory. The study recommends that institutions should support and care for their employees by providing the necessary resources to minimize job burnout and turnover in tension. Ms. Makula has presented her results at an international conference, and a paper has been accepted for publication in a DHET accredited journal. Congratulations, Ms. Makula.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ratau Linda Lefeletsi fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Commerce, Human Resource Management. The title of the thesis is Developing a Moderated Mediated Model of Organizational Justice and Organizational Citizenship Behavior. The roles of psychological contract and organizational cynicism among academic employees at selected South African university. Supervisor, Professor T.S. Setati, Co-Supervisor, Dr. H.R. Maluka. Supervisor will read the citation.
Thank you, Prof. Sibanda. Ms. Ratau's citation read as follows. Ms. L.L. Ratau's thesis developed a moderated mediating model to explore the relationship between organizational justice and organizational citizenship behavior among academic employees at a South African university, focusing on the roles of psychological contract and organizational cynicism. The study aimed to understand how perceptions of fairness influence discretionary work behaviors in higher education. Using a quantitative research approach, the findings revealed that organizational justice did not significantly predict organizational citizenship behavior, but psychological contract fulfillment was a strong predictor of organizational citizenship behavior, while organizational cynicism negatively impacted employees' willingness to engage in an extra role behaviors. The study emphasizes the importance of trust, perceived obligations, and employee attitudes in shaping positive organizational outcomes. It challenges traditional assumptions about organizational justice and suggests that university management should prioritize psychological contract fulfillment and address organizational cynicism in order to promote organizational citizenship behavior. The study has produced one journal article with a DHET accredited journal, and another one is included in the proceedings of the 26th Annual International Conference in Athens, Greece. Congratulations, Ms. Dana.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the Hote Nkureng Hazel fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Applied Mathematics. The title of the thesis is Bulk Surface Finite Element Methods for Nonlinear Semi-Parabolic Partial Differential Equations of Reaction Diffusion Type. The supervisor is Professor L. Rundora, co-supervisor Professor A. Mazvamuse, and the supervisor will read the citation.
Sekute Ngoreng Hazel developed a robust bulk surface finite element framework for nonlinear semi-parabolic reaction diffusion systems, addressing challenges arising from nonlinear boundary coupling and geometric effects. The study formulated and non-dimensionalized 3 models, derived their weak variational forms, and implemented a first-order implicity-explicity time-stepping scheme which, with consistent finite element discretization. Numerical experiments confirmed convergence, stability, and efficiency across various scenarios, including complex 3-dimensional geometries. This work provides a rigorous and versatile computational platform, offering valuable insights into bulk surface interactions and supporting future applications in biological, chemical, and materials science modeling. Ms. Sekute received the SA UK University Staff Development funding. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Molawe Karisho Madigadike fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Animal Production. The title of the thesis is Investigation of Hen Eggshell Thickness Quality of Potchefstroom Kukuk Chicken Breed of South Africa. The supervisor is Professor T.L. Giassi, co-supervisor Professor V.G. Mbazima, and the supervisor would read the citation.
Molabe Kagiso Matikatike investigated genetics and egg-related factors influencing eggshell thickness in Potchefstroom Kukuk chickens. This is because farmers face challenges of egg breakage. She identified key egg quality traits, eggshell color differences, and genetic markers and expression levels of the sodium channel epithelial subunit gamma-1 gene as selection criteria. This research also suggests Mars data mining algorithm for estimating eggshell thickness. The research contributes to improving eggshell quality and reducing egg breakage. During her training, Ms. Molabe received a scholarship to visit Florida International University in the United States of America. Her thesis produced 6 publications, including 4 articles and 2 conference proceedings. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Rashijani Lewo Trudy fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Animal Production. The title of the thesis is Population Genomics and Signatures of Selection in African Nondescript Indigenous Goats. The supervisor is Professor T.L. Giassi, co-supervisor Dr. K. Hadebe. The supervisor would read the citation.
Rashijane Lewo Trudy conducted a comprehensive genomic investigation to characterize the genetic architecture of nondescript indigenous goats from Botswana, Egypt, Eswatini, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. Nondescript indigenous goats are unimproved populations commonly found in rural communities. Her research provides knowledge into their evolutionary history and adaptive capacity using genomics and bioinformatics tools. The study contributes a genomic framework to guide conservation strategies and sustainable goat breeding programs, especially in rural communities. During her training, Ms. Rashijane received a scholarship to attend livestock genomics training in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Her thesis produced 6 publications, including 4 articles and 2 conference proceedings. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Defu Daniel Malisela fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Chemistry. The title of the thesis is Intrinsic Properties of Palladium-Loaded Organic Frameworks Decorated with Polyaniline and nitrogen-doped reduced graphene oxide for supercapacitor applications. The supervisor of the study is Professor K.D. Muribani and the co-supervisor Professor K. Mahopa. The supervisor would read the citation.
I'm here for citation of Mr. Defo for his PhD thesis titled Intrinsic Property of Palladium-Loaded Metal and Covalent Organic Frameworks Decorated with Polyaniline, Nitrogen-Doped, Reduced Graphene Oxide Composite for Supercapacitor Applications under the supervision of myself, Prof. K. Mudivani, and Prof. K. Mahopa from Tshwane University of Technology. Therefore, Daniel Malesela investigated advanced nanomaterials for supercapacitor applications. He prepared palladium-loaded metal and covalent organic frameworks decorated with polyaniline, nitrogen-doped, reduced graphene oxide nanocomposites, and evaluate their power and energy density properties. The quaternary nanocomposite of palladium at COF-PANI, nitrogen-reduced graphene oxide, achieved the highest performance, producing energy density of 14.7 watt-hour per kilogram at a power density of 400 watt per kilogram in a 2-electrode configuration, demonstrating its potential as next energy generation electrode material, advancing the design of multifunctional hybrid nanostructures for high-performance energy storage system. The work has been presented at various international conference and local conference, and the work has resulted in 3 high-impact publications. One published in Coordination Chemistry Review impact factor of 23.5, another one published in Journal of Energy Storage impact factor of 9.8. The last one, it was published in Nanoscale Advances impact factor of 4.7. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Mariba Mielani Silence fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. The title of the thesis is The Design and Implementation of an Efficient Distributed Denial of Service Mitigating Scheme in Software-Defined Network-Based Fog Computing. The supervisor is Professor M. Velempini, and I will invite him to come and read the citation.
Sabonga, nzafunda i-citation ifundeka kanje. Fog computing brings computing power and storage closer to the user, which reduces delays. Unfortunately, it is susceptible to security attacks, such as distributed denial of service attack. To mitigate the effects of this attack, Mielani proposed an anomaly-based fast Fourier auto-regression integrated moving average. It is a pattern recognition model optimized for early detection of attacks. It is also integrated with classifiers and feature selection techniques. The performance of the model was evaluated and compared with existing schemes and validated using game theory. Mielani published 3 conference proceedings, and there's a journal article which is accepted and 2 which are under review. This study was funded by CSIR. Mielani Silence Madiba, siyakubongela. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ramalepe Petole Simon fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Computer Science. The title of the thesis is Text Generation Language Model for Sepedi English Mixed Text Using Transformer-Based Architectures. The supervisor is Professor M.H. Davel. The co-supervisor is Professor T.I. Muriba. I will call upon the co-supervisor to come and read the citation.
Good morning. Ramalepe Petula Simon investigated the use of a transformer-based architecture to develop Sepedi English code mix text generation model. A Sepedi radio news corpus was developed to enhance the contextual diversity of a pre-trained baseline model and to adapt it to news domain. Furthermore, an entity-aware code mixing framework was designed to generate instruction response pairs in Sepedi, English, and code mixed forms, resulting in the Sepedi news instruction dataset tailored for an
entity-grounded, code-mixed, question-answering task. This study presents a methodological advancement in the adaptation of a transformer model within low-resource settings. This work has resulted in one high-impact publication and presentations at multiple conferences. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Nkosi Mary fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Geography. The title of the thesis is Evaluating the Impacts of Urbanization on Water Resources Using a Hydropedological Approach, a case study in the Quaternary Catchment X22J. The supervisor is Professor F.I. Mativa, co-supervisors Professor J.J. Van Dol and Professor H. Chikore. I will call upon the supervisor to read the citation.
In her thesis, Ms. Nkosi investigated how urbanization affects soil morphology and catchment hydrology in the Crocodile River subcatchment. By integrating machine learning, hydropedological mapping, and SWOT modeling, she quantified that expanding urban areas increase surface runoff and reduce base flow. Crucially, her research demonstrated that high-resolution hydropedological maps significantly improve hydrological model accuracy over global data sets. This pioneering study provides practical tools for sustainable water and urban planning, highlighting the need to integrate soil management into developmental policies. The thesis yielded one publication and won Best PhD Presenter and Poster Award at the 13th FSA and 2025 National Research Foundation Next Generation of Emerging Researchers Symposium. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Joshi Joel Mavakani fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Physiology. The title of the thesis is Investigating the Pathological Implications of Oxidative Stress and Inflammation in Renal Dysfunction of HIV patients on antiretroviral therapy. The supervisor is Professor P. V. Tlutla, the co-supervisor Dr. S. Hansa, and I will call upon the director of the school to come and read the citation.
Joshi Joel investigated the pathological implications of oxidative stress and inflammation in renal dysfunction among HIV patients on antiretroviral therapy. Using a rigorous cross-sectional design, his study demonstrated that treated HIV patients exhibit elevated oxidative stress and cardiometabolic risk factors linked to early renal impairment, while highlighting the protective role of superoxide dismutase as an antioxidant defense. The work offers valuable therapeutic insights and reflects high scientific merit. The work has resulted in 5 high-impact publications, another 2 under review, and presentations at both local and international conferences, contributing significantly to physiology, nephrology, and HIV research. Congratulations, Joe, you deserve this.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Petla Mpopit fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Plant Production. The title of the thesis is Farmers' Practices, Production and Management of Verticillium Wilt in Irish Potato. The influence of inorganic nitrogen fertilizer and nanomicronutrients. The supervisor is Professor K.K. Aisi, co-supervisors Professor L. Munjonji and Professor M.A. Kenna. The supervisor will read the citation.
The citation reads as follows. Mr. Mpopetla investigated the potential of nanomicronutrient technology to reduce nitrogen fertilizer input and disease incidence in Irish potato. The results revealed that nitrogen combined with nanonutrients enhance tuber yield and reduce severity of verticillium wilt. Applying 240 kilogram N per hectare with nanomicronutrient produced the highest tuber yield. However, applying a lower nitrogen rate of 160 kilogram N per hectare in combination with nanomicronutrient resulted in yield that was 90 to 95% that of yield of the sole 240 kilogram nitrogen per hectare without nanomicronutrient. The research contributes to responsible consumption and sustainable solution. Pete's work has resulted in 2 high-impact publications, 1 accepted, and presentation at multiple conferences. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Mokhopi Mahlare Mapula fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Soil Science. The title of the thesis is Downsizing Nitrogen Fertilizer Input for Improved Canola Nutrition, Stomatal Activity, and Yield with sun hemp cover crop, nano zinc and copper micronutrients, and enhanced soil health. The supervisor is Professor K.K. Aisi, co-supervisors Professor P.M. Hopa and Professor M.A. Kenna. The supervisor will read the citation.
This is the citation. Ms. Mahlare Mokopi's doctoral thesis provides a comprehensive analysis of the synergetic impact of incorporating sun hemp cover crop, combined nano zinc and copper, alongside varying nitrogen fertilizer rates and agronomic parameters. The combination of sun-hemp cover crop, nano-micronutrient, and fertilization boosted soil microbial activity while decreasing reliance on synthetic fertilizer, consequently enhancing canola production. The research contributes valuable insight into sustainable agriculture, nutrient management, whilst reducing reliance of nitrogen input. The work has resulted in 2 high-impact publications and another one accepted, and presentations at 2 conferences. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you Mohawa Magubu Priscilla fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology. The title of the thesis is An Investigation into the Occurrence, Distribution, and Composition of Particulate Plastics in water and sediment, and their effect on the health of Ureochromis mozambicus from the Olifants River system. The supervisor is Professor J.R. Sara. The co-supervisors, Professor L.J.C. Erasmus and Professor K.T. Mulibani. The supervisor will read the citation.
The citation reads as follows. Research on microplastics in South Africa inland river systems is extremely sparse. Mrs. Mukhawa investigated the accumulation of polyethylene terephthalate microplastics in the Mozambique tilapia, Orochromis mozambicus. Through rigorous laboratory trials and field assessments along the Olifants River system, the study revealed that these microplastics, present in the aquatic environment, accumulated in fish body tissue, particularly in the liver and gut. The research revealed a critical correlation between high microplastics concentration and severe physiological stress, including metabolic disruptions, tissue necrosis, and death in fish. The research was presented at an international conference and 3 national conferences. Congratulations, Mr.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Matlo Katlego Sheli fulfilled the requirements of the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Zoology. The title of the thesis is Bioassessment and Biomonitoring of Macroinvertebrate Assemblages in Wetlands of the Waterberg District, Limpopo Province, South Africa. The supervisor is Professor A.A. Adopetiako. The co-supervisors are Dr. M. Moale and Professor K.K. Aizi. The supervisor will read the citation.
The citation reads, Katlego Sheli Matlo investigate wetland ecosystems in Waterberg Mountain Complex by integrating hydroclimatic variability, physicochemical water quality, sediment dynamics, heavy metal pollution, and microinvertebrate assemblages. She demonstrated how climate variability and topographic gradients regulate wetland resilience, and directly influence water quality and availability, highlighting their critical role in sustaining water security in semi-arid regions. By incorporating DNA metacoding with conventional approaches, she improved biomonitoring sensitivity. This work advances wetland conservation and water resource management, resulting in 2 peer-reviewed publications in Sustainability Journal and Eco Hydrology and Hydrobiology Journal. And she also presented in National Wetlands in Daba, where she was the runner-up best poster. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the master's degrees of the university on those graduates whose names appear in the program.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer the master's degrees.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Medicine in Family Medicine. Alam Shamin. Mohale Ngwako. Sekhwele Reneilwe. Siroka Winnie. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Munyai Mashudu Julia fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Medicine in Internal Medicine. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Muela Mampato Mudipadi Adolfina fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Medicine in Obstetric Gynecology. I see it. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Pediatrics in Child Health. Malulega Cindy. Mashilu Portia. Muranu Dora. Selepe Juliet. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Museneke Ipileng Kiabetsui fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Medicine in Psychiatry. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Malatsi Kwena Mufeni fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Medicine in Public Health. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Nursing. Baloi Judith Kirumuditswe. Mlokoti Sinabo. Moganedi Mpitsheng. Muvango Mulalo. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Nemahunguni Tabelo. Nechabago Livingstone. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Optometry. Klungwani Filia. Musololi Rorisang. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Pharmacy. Rofamudimu Nancy. Lituku Kutullo. Maifo Lydia. Makwela Johanna. Mutlatlana Salfi. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of public health. Maepa Mapitsi. Matlou Khaladi. Moari Kamogelo. Mzimba Mfushelelo. Sirakalala Siabi. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Medical Sciences. Mutlele Daina. Ragate Ashley. Seleka Mukhadi.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Arts. Nkanyani Amukelani Adelaide. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Mabute Maslaelo. Muechi Dimakazo. Siumani Lindamuloko. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Baburi Nhlaulo. Kutumela Lerato. Mulwantoan Tabiseng. Mpulo Murukulu. Monyepao Kamogelo. Sibila Mpaleng Tshepo. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Sibula Mahlatsi. Makumpi Talukanyo. Mateli Musa Tsililo Ashley. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Makubela Rebecca. Mukwanteli Roniwa. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Arts in African Languages. Munisi Mary Jane. Ngobeni Bonani. Kibi Bongiwe. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Arts in Clinical Psychology. Gundula Abigail. Mabunda Malwantla. Maposo Maisela. Masura Lerato. Matlala Manas. Ramukhupa Khanyisa. Vika Sibulele. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Education. Rapanyane Tebajo. Kolele Tamsanga. Machimane Pumulo. Leboho Sello. Namani Kineilwe. Thobela Qebile. Choni Elina. Khatla Ntabiseng. Madiba Koketso. Magagane Tshepo. Malema Khumutso. Matebane Confidence Paswan. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Morwane Nhlodi Josias. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Netanani Ndivaleni. Ngobeni Ogilvy. The degree is to be conferred cum laude. Nzimande Tandazile. Mukhalaka Pleasure. Munyuku Rebotile. Ntshetseng Tiny. Tefo Matsubane Victor. Ratsikombo Khuliso. Sambo Vulani. Murifi Tsebe. Charlie Mpyatla. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Mulamudi Tumi Sheikh Griffiths fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Information Studies, and the degree is to be conferred cum laude.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Business Administration. Duotha Peter. Mutiba Marabe. Nekweva Mukondeleli. Ramapakela Kagiso. Ramasilele Malisela. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Commerce. Matli Paswana. Molala Itumeleng. Mpela Lesego. Langa Tsepiso. Maputo Tebo Constance, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Puluhana Kolofelo Mukaba, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Signolo Matlatse. Apane Mukata. Mamburu Moufe. Matebula Samson. Mulepo Mabitsela. Mosese Matieng Pretty, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Tamaha Karabo. Mudipane Hunzi. Pukane Surprise. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Development in Planning and Management. Bopape Murungwa, Mashaku Tumishang, Mashita Matema, Mashocha Mokhadi, Mulamudi Kaifas, Mpatlele Tsepo, Pasha Malekhali, Tobela Thomas, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Development in Planning and Management by Research. Maputo Lebosang, Matibela Gillen, Mangweta Rakadi, Mudiba Machweni, Natengwe Rizize, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Nkosi Lindokuhle, Rapiri Daniel, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Laws by Research. Munewang Mpo, Simano Mpo, shift a little bit to a left for the camera. Okay. Metula Tembisile. Seromula Kaugelo. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Laws in Development and Management Law. Legodi Mereki. Mafunko Mukondi. Muremi Tsidi. Siboni Machweni. Siloba Simon. Sishoka Petule. Takeng Zanele. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Laws in Labor Law. Ditinti Kiabetswe. Lihucho Ani. Manailana Buikano. Mbemu Samuel. Motala Haji Maulin. Motana Mpokani. Mudau Katutselo. Nkuna Immaculate. Phakwaho Rampo. Ratau Sean. Sithole Sibongile. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Public Administration in and Management. Parcel Mary N. Selamulela Samson. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Public Administration and Management by Research. Kwatla Manta. Lemekwana Motlhago. Makula Mangwe. Malahlela Maburi. Malimela Mary. Mapito Raisibe. Marule Linda. Mashaba Tolani. Mhlanga Mtali. Mpati Toriso. Ngobeni Petunia. Shonisani Muketwa. Siboza Banel.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Agricultural Management. Matavane Maredi. Mashifane Maleke. Papo Mametla. Rafapa Kamorelo. Seleka Tato. Tonga Shembani. Mayingisane Limakazo. Shivure Releborile. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science Research. Makivelo Polokwane. Malevana Masefako. Masindi Philibos, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Rembuluani Mulweli, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Seroka Limakazo. Tudze Tumelo. Mbogani Matlale. Mabasa Tanisile. Maguiti Amore. Homu Matsela. Mangayi Vukosi. Mavunga Ronewa. Ndlovu Rifumelo. Mukwena Kogetso. Banyini Wisani. Machimana Masingita. Mafane Ditiro, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Mahuivila Malose. Maila Gracious. Malaza Nomdebo. Mudumela Sawati. Mfati Kiririleng. Murupa Tato. Nguna Lebogang. Nzwane Tawo. Risimate Ntlamulo. Sekome Pafudi. Teviane Masilo. Chiwela Chimangazo. Boshomane Matari. Mugoworo Stanley. Sitole Nzalama, the degree to be confirmed cum laude. Palana Ishmael. Serare Tato Angelo, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Setura Tuto. Matita Tato. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Agricultural Economics. Baloi Tokozani. Chawalala Ndiiso. Chauke Morau. Marishani Sipei. Matebula Musa. Mkabela Nzako. Mphahlele Reshokejwe. Ngobeni Nzalama, Ntswani Tshwarelo, Papo Magwati, Sikunya Ramuotlo, Siminya Puti, Mashele Lewone, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Agronomy. Mukabela Idumeleng, Mohlala Limagazo, Ngobeni Treti, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Animal Production. Mtlabini Salome, Mohapa Prudence, Munyoki Wawira, Satehe Lindiwe, Sabela Maroti, Senane Joas, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in E-Science. Homu Oriel, Mahowa Witumelo, Mulise Mpo, Ndimeni Siboniso, Ramugoni Mantosa, Sebola Madume Leslie, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Clearly, Pomulo Roslin, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Horticulture. Koka Ramali Major. Mama Wolo Nimrod. Nkweng Katlego. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Godi Sinao fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Pasture Science. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that Ngomani Mendi Eliza fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Plant Protection, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to inform you that the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements of the degree Master of Science in Soil Science. Hlope Brilliant, the degree to be conferred cum laude. Pierre Karabo. Sekhale Kagiso. Chivalo Cheza.
Thank you very much, Madam Chancellor. Ntate Nthekele Siena Marena. Kubo ya thuto. Lina ki ya ibatla. Ki chava dipuo tsa batho. But henceforth, we can simply say mona jealousy fasi. Madam Chancellor, we enjoyed ourselves greatly today, being entertained by this magnificent choir. This choir comprises the university students who belong to the St. Agnes Zion Christian Church. As you have witnessed, when it performs and sings, even the angels in heaven join along and sing along. Madam Chancellor, we'd also like to express our gratitude to you for attending this graduation ceremony. Despite the tight schedule of your program, we know that your services are in demand all over, nationally and internationally. But you chose to be with us today because you want South Africa to progress. And it can only progress if we produce students of the quality that you have seen. This is a patriotic gesture which all of us must emulate. On that note, then, Madam Chancellor, siyabonga kakhulu. Can we give the Chancellor a big round of applause? Madam Chancellor, our thanks are also earmarked for the Vice Chancellor. He led from the front regarding the preparations for this ceremony because he knows that, as we say in Northern Sotho, pila itlokile musila ka go rumeleja. Can we also give him a big round of applause? Madam Chancellor, we are all aware that universities cannot function effectively without support and proper guidance from their respective councils. In this regard, we would like to thank the University Council, represented today by Mr. Pandelani Nefolobodwe, who is the chairperson, Ms. Sitebe, Ms. Mbane, Dr. Nukaneng, Mr. Mabila, as well as the Honorable Mr. Silamulela. Can we also give them a big round of applause? Madam Chancellor, we may take this for granted, but in our lives, we should not take faith and prayer for granted. Faith and prayer can move mountains. It is due to the prayer led by Reverend Dr. Mamabulo that this ceremony was so successful. She affirmed our faith that ge morena a le teng hayo mathata. To Reverend Dr. Mamabulo, thanks so much for bringing us closer to God and for telling our graduates to go out there and serve the people of South Africa. Can we give her a big round of applause? In addition, Madam Chancellor, the youth are our future. We are therefore grateful to Mr. Komane, the SRC president, who delivered an excellent speech for his age. We are highly impressed. The speech was very constructive, and we trust our graduates have taken it to heart. I'm using an idiom there. We have taken it to heart. Madam Chancellor, we are encouraged that this country has the youth of such caliber. And for that reason, we don't have any fears that the future is going to be in very good hands indeed. Can we also give him a big round of applause? The Honorable Mr. Silamulela, representing Convocation and Alumni, because he's the president thereof, we would like to thank you also a million times for sharing your wisdom and even encouraging our students not to underrate themselves. From your presentation, our graduates are emboldened to face the future with fortitude. As a university, we cannot achieve much as you appealed without support from our former students. We need funding so that we can support those who are struggling, those who come from poverty-stricken families. Can we give Mr. Silamulela also a big round of applause? This one I can't miss. Many thanks also go to the hardworking academics who are seated in front here. Some are with you there in the hall for taking care of our various students in their various qualifications and degrees. We know that being a supervisor is not an easy task. You have to be patient, you have to be very tolerant, accommodative, because sometimes your students will write something that you don't like, but you can't give up on your students because you are true teachers. And in this vein, the university would like to express its gratitude to the DVC for research, innovation, and partnerships, who may not be present today, but she was part and parcel of the whole processes. Executive deans, the dean of students, directors, professors, senior lecturers, and junior lecturers, for ensuring that our graduates exit the university with quality qualifications. All this grouping of academics deserve a big round of applause. Can we do it, please? Madam Chancellor, we are a very attractive, good family. That is why when we have functions and ceremonies, we receive a large number of visitors from various sectors, from all four corners of the country. Our traditional leadership is among us here. Our sister university colleagues are also here. In fact, the list is endless. It's because we are like a beautiful flower which attracts bees in large number. But we are highly appreciative for such support from the visitors. As we say in Xitsonga, muti ukula hivaeni. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now, to a very important stakeholder here, the relatives of the graduates. The relatives are in the form of mothers here, in the form of fathers. They are also in the form of sisters and brothers. They are also in the form of uncles and aunts. They are also in the form of nephews and nieces. I also saw some neighbors also coming to join you. And for that, we are highly grateful. It shows that indeed you care for the progress and the success of your graduates here. And in some cases, the graduates are adults in the true sense, their families, They have spouses. I don't want to use that other word. They have spouses. And sometimes, when you say you are going to the laboratory to conduct an experiment, some may not understand you. But we are grateful that you invited them to come and witness the hard work that you were engaged in, that you had no other reasons to do other things. Yours was to concentrate on your experiments, on your research, qualitative and quantitative, etc. And for that, I think they deserve a big round of applause. Something that I can't miss, I'm from the languages. My field is in languages. And I was highly attracted by what we call idiophones, or exclamations. I had one of the sisters or mothers exclaiming, "Aha, aha," when her daughter was graduating. And in the background, a gentleman responded in a deep baritone voice and said, "Wow, wow." And indeed, that encouraged our graduates, because one of them, when she passed here, she said, "Devil is a liar." Madam Chancellor, for all these successful arrangements, thanks are due to the Registrar, Professor Masha, and his capable team comprising Mr. Malahlela, Mr. Baloi, Ms. Ratau, and a capable team as well from committee relations, assistant registrars in faculties, principal administrative officers, and secretaries. To them, we can only say, we saw your good work, Riliboni, Robabona. So don't take it that we don't see you. We see you. Madam Chancellor, Mr. Homiosana and his team also deserve our thanks for the excellent marketing and communication strategies. Our hall also looks impressive, as you can see. Those who were here in the past might have been taken by surprise. What has our hall become? It has become a very beautiful hall. This is the work of Mr. Khatuke and his team from facilities. Can we give all these colleagues a big round of applause? Furthermore, we would like to extend our thanks to photographers. They worked very hard indeed. You have seen their output, ICT officials, social media officials, the media in general, our security personnel who ensured our security and safety. Yes, they are very important. And next to me, a brother of mine, he also deserves a big round of applause. He's a sign language interpreter. And we also include the cleaners, because when we come here, we found the hall in a speak and span condition. So we highly appreciate their work. Now to our beloved students, our beloved senior students. We'd also like to thank you very much for choosing this university as your alma mater. We know we have so many universities in the country. You could have gone there, but you felt or you decided that you can't leave University of Limpopo. So for that, we are very, very, very grateful. And it was a great honor for us to assist you in getting your credible qualifications. You achieved success because we know you toiled very hard. We know you submitted your proposals, and sometimes your proposals did not make it. Sometimes you took your proposal for ethical clearance, and it came back saying, no, you must go and fix this and that. And sometimes you gave your literature review chapter to a supervisor, and the supervisor will say, well, you quoted old material. I want new stuff, new articles and researches. And you did not give up. As I'm quoting the lady who passed here, you told yourself that Noma Kanjani, devil is a liar, I'm going to graduate. And here you are today, you have graduated. On that note, then, we wish you all the best in your respective careers. And we can see some of you are adults already, some of you, in fact, most of you are working. If you still have parents and siblings that you are taking care of, please don't leave home before you build them a decent house. If they have a decent house, meet that challenge by building them a double-storied house. Madam Chancellor, all of us are where we are today because there was somebody who held our hand. Even with our graduates here, they had their parents, their relatives, their spouses, their families, their sponsors, their academics on stage here and there in the hall itself, support staff were there for them. I know you are senior students, but we humbly request you to stand up and thank your relatives, your parents, your children. At the back of the hall, you stand up and simply say, I thank you. You can even raise your programs there. Thank you. Once you are still standing, don't tire. Don't tire, please. We have a highly dedicated chancellor, a renowned chancellor. Our services, as I said, are needed all over the globe. But she chose to be here. You have a highly committed council here, highly committed. They want to see you succeeding. You also have a highly dedicated VC with his team. Can we also thank them and say thank you? Thanks very much. You may take your seats. Madam Chancellor, lastly, philosophically, as we know, nothing on this earth or in this life lasts forever. In my home language, Chivenda, we will simply say, Chisafeli chiatura. Says Chisafeli ho, siatrol. Le shishinga heleki, siatrol. On that note, then, we wish you a safe journey back home. Lisipile habuti, mifamba kahle, vachimbile zwabudi, hambani kahle, ndolibu.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of Limpopo.
Gaudiamus incitur, Juvenes dum